The Skinwalker's Echo by Clement Johnson. The forest had its own voice. That's what Old Man Hemlock always said, his wrinkled lips curling around a cigarette, breath like whiskey and old tobacco. The pines, he muttered once, his one good eye fixed on the horizon, they carry things. Things that ain't supposed to walk like us. Things that speak in the voices of your blood. I used to laugh off his stories. We all did, except maybe Mark. He didn't laugh. He rolled his eyes, which is worse. Mark, the self-declared skeptic. He believed in nothing he couldn't measure or shoot. It was late October when we went camping up near Dead Elk Canyon, where the trees grow so thick they blot out the sky and the ground stays damp no matter how long the sun's out. Hemlock had told us not to go past the black pines, the ones where the trunks twist like they're reaching for something. Said bad things happened out there. Said people went missing. Said if you hear your name whispered from the trees, don't answer, not unless you see who calls. Old drunks make bad maps, Mark had chuckled, shouldering his pack. But I remembered that warning. I remembered. By the third day, we were deep into the heart of the canyon. The trail had long since turned to a game trail, then into nothing at all, just leaves and silence and the occasional rustle of unseen things. We'd lost cell signal 2 ridges back, and Mark was loving the solitude. Now this is real, he said, slapping the bark of a massive pine. No Wi-Fi, no noise, just nature. The air was different here, heavy, like breathing through wet cotton. The scent of pine sap was still strong, but beneath it, something else festered. A rot that didn't belong. It clung to the wind, subtle but constant, like meat left too long in the sun. I should have listened to my gut. But the sun was dipping, painting the sky in smears of purple and dying fire, and we needed a flat spot to pitch camp. So we followed the ridge path a little further. That's when Mark got ahead. He always did. Stronger, faster, more confident. I stopped to tie my bootlace, and by the time I looked up, he was already around the bend. I called after him. No answer. I jogged to catch up, crunching through damp leaves, but I didn't see him. Just trees. Tall and ancient and unmoving. Then I heard it. His voice. Help me, I'm stuck. It rang through the trees, clear and sharp like a bell. But it wasn't right. The voice was too close. I'd just seen him disappear around the bend. He had to be at least 30 feet ahead, yet the voice sounded like it was 10 feet away. Off the trail, nestled somewhere deep in the shadows between the trunks. I froze. Liam, it called again. Come here. I need help. My blood turned to ice. It was Mark's voice, but it wasn't his. There was a hollow tone to it, like a recording played back through broken speakers. Too perfect. Too rehearsed. My hand dropped to the rifle slung across my chest. Then came the whisper. Soft, wet, intimate. Liam, turn around. It came from behind me. Every hair on my body stood on end. The breath in my lungs caught, frozen. That voice, it was meaty, thick with moisture, like breath over raw flesh. It knew my name. I didn't turn. I couldn't. Instead, I backed up, one step at a time. My boots crunched on the damp ground, each movement slow, deliberate. It whispered again, closer now. You forgot me. That's when the smell hit me full force, rotting meat, sour milk, damp earth, and old copper. I gagged, my eyes watering. I could feel something watching me, not with eyes but with intent, like a wolf eyeing a limping deer, patient, hungry. Another step, another whisper, closer still. Then, movement. Out of the corner of my eye, something shifted between 2 trees. Just a flicker of pale skin and impossible limbs. The shape of a person, but not quite. The angles were wrong. Joints bent the wrong way. The head lolled, heavy and limp, like it wasn't attached right. And then I heard Mark's voice again, from ahead this time. Liam, it called, confused, winded. I turned and saw him step onto the trail, brushing aside low-hanging branches. Sweat beaded his brow. He looked startled, like he'd just run a mile. There you are, he said. I thought I heard you scream. My voice wouldn't come. I glanced behind. Nothing. Just trees and mist. You okay? Mark asked, stepping closer. I stared at him. What's my middle name? I asked. He blinked. What? My middle name, I snapped. Say it. Daniel. Liam Daniel Carter. Why the hell? I grabbed his arm and pulled him forward. We're leaving. We didn't make camp. We didn't rest. We marched. Through the twilight, into the dark, through branches that clawed at our arms and fog that curled around our ankles. Every now and then, we'd hear something shuffle behind us. A whisper. A laugh. The sound of my voice calling his name. Mark finally believed. At one point just before dawn, he stopped and whispered, "I heard myself calling you, from the riverbank." I didn't answer. I just kept walking. We didn't stop until we saw the rusted shell of Old Man Hemlock's truck parked by the ranger trailhead. The old man was sitting on the hood, chewing jerky, watching the tree line. When he saw us, he nodded. "Told you not to follow the black pines." I collapsed onto the ground, my legs finally giving out. "What the hell was that thing?" Mark whispered, pale and trembling. Hemlock didn't answer for a long time. Then he muttered, "Some things walk in borrowed skin, speak in voices they stole. You answer when they call, they'll wear your face next." I never went back. Even now sometimes, at night, I hear my name echo through the trees behind my house. Too close, too perfect. I don't answer, and I never ever turn around.